6:30 in the morning, and in theory, it's a day off for Pedro. But where is he? He's in the gym, of course. Modern MotoGP is so rigorous that he's having to retrain, recondition his body to deal with the stresses and strains of wrestling a MotoGP bike around a racetrack. Do you enjoy it? Do you enjoy the gym side?
You as in my face?
Yeah.
Not too much, for sure. It's true that I don't really enjoy, but it's what it is. We cannot make everything we want in life.
Since he was a featherweight 55-kilogram Moto3 teenager, Pedro has added 9 kilograms of lean muscle. Is there any particular muscle groups you've had to work on more?
The shoulders, the arms,
Yeah.
the chest for the braking are quite important, you know. But also the legs at the moment, you know, for all the changing of direction, you know, with these wings and all these things. MotoGP become every year more physical, and also the bike are more fast, and the lap time are lower, and everything. You want a bike?
There's no chance.
For this, we try to work the core with this.
Yeah, sure.
At the end, you can feel that it's quite like in motocross, you know, when you touch a rock or something like this, it's quite easy to lose it. I start to feel the pain and
It's supposed to be sweating.
and keep pushing, you know.
I've sort of noticed it's quite low-key. It's calm, relaxed, chilled out. Sort of vibe that Pedro has in all his life, it seems. One area of life that is more hectic is with social media. Pedro's no-nonsense character has made him a darling of online communities. You just search for his quotes on any social media, there's millions and millions of views. Some of them are a bit bawdy, a bit colourful. Can't share too many of them with you. This one was popular, being kissed by his nan. This is another good one. This has got over 1 million views as well. After his first podium in Portugal, and all the other millionaire riders are talking about how they're going to go home on their private jets. This is what Pedro had to say.
¿Cuándo vuelas tú?
Esta noche.
Ah.
No liamos. ¿Sabes de las cosas?
Yo voy en pulvo, que yo soy pobre. Voy un poco menos. Voy un poco menos. 8 horitas.
Now that van is so special to him. He bought it with his first bonus money. He says he's never, ever going to sell it. It means the world to him. So I knew I had to get in that van.
Okay, we go.
He doesn't get anyone else to fill his van up, does it all himself. He keeps it real.
Jesús, un poco... No, pero... Tranquilo. Hola.
Vale.
¿Qué me van grabando por la cámara?
Cabrón.
Gilipollas.
Okay, this is the famous van.
This is the real moto life, let's say. Remember when in the 80s everyone go with the van to the races and drive whole world? This was real racing. I always talk with my crew chief that maybe I born in the wrong era. But
Well, this is what I was going to say. Do you think you should have been born in 1970s,
yeah, maybe.
1980s?
For sure I will enjoy much more. Basically, I mean, before was much more racing, much more mechanical things, much more talent. Well, I will not say talent.
I will say mobiles for sure. Remember Suzuka 2000 or 2001? Valentino and Max?
Yeah, 2001. The elbow.
I'm doing like this?
Yeah.
Alan, boys, we need this. This fire. This was racing.
Pedro is a passionate student of MotoGP's history, and when he opens up in his native Spanish, reveals a sophisticated take on what makes the sport attractive.
Kevin Swans.
Sí.
No era el más rápido o no era el piloto que más ha ganado, pero el show que le daba a las carreras y lo emocionante que eran ver las carreras con él era otro nivel.
Ya. The Barry Sheen en Inglaterra es como hasta el día de hoy.
Porque yo me acuerdo de ver carreras de Barry con el cigarro en el casco, la novia con la pizarra de I love you. Creo que son cosas que son necesarias para enganchar a los fans.
Tú sabes que con tus filosofías que no suenas como un tal veinteañero, ¿eh? Pues muchísimas gracias, Pedro.
Te va muy bien todo.
Qué buen chofer.
Muchas gracias. Hemos venido a tope.
A tope, a tope.
Vamos.
Qué bien. Now we're about an hour north of Matharon, or if you're in a van with Pedro Acosta, let's call that 40 minutes. Less said about it, the better. But we've come to the remote racetrack of Fortuna, where Pedro's got effectively a private track day. There's no hint of factory support here. Pedro's van is jammed full of bikes for every occasion. And in scenes familiar to every amateur track day addict, all the bike preparations are carried out by the man himself. You enjoy this part of it, setting your bike up. You don't bring your own mechanic.
I love it, to be honest. At the end, it's not necessary to have somebody here whole day.
Did you learn it all off your dad?
No.
From who?
No. From the guys of the track, to be honest.
Track people, yeah. Old school. I don't know any superstar rider who would get on the spanners to fine-tune their own handlebars, or who takes such a respectful pride in their leathers. Pedro's preparation is fastidious, but then when it comes to the actual riding, he's full send. Using a £40,000 KTM RC8C as his training bike, Pedro rides a dizzying array of cone exercises against friend and Moto2 rider Alex Escridge. No quarter is given. What do we reckon? That's 28, 29, 30 laps, something? Non-stop? And his control is phenomenal. Just turning underneath his leg. What do you think that sort of training gives you?
It's a bit of fun, it's a bit of technique, but the day that you are really pushing and you have other one that is trying to hit you, and you know, it's quite tough, but it's quite fun also.
Are you smiling while you're out there?
Yeah, when I was a kid, I was dreaming to do it every day of my life, and now I'm doing it, you know, for this. Maybe if I'm not a MotoGP rider, I don't know, maybe I'm a homeless or something like this.
As a kid, Pedro would come here and he'd have deliberately bent handlebars, worn tyres, super stiff suspension, whatever, problems with the bike. And he'd learn to ride around it. And you hear riders all the time saying, if only I had a better bike, I could have done this and that. He learned to ride on a bike that wasn't working well, and he's still doing it to this day. How many laps do you get out of your tyres?
Many, because these are from Moto2 from last season. I'm not joking.
Really?
Yeah, I'm not joking.
Pedro does sessions like this twice a day, 5 days a week. There's no big-name rider coach here, like an Alberto Puig or Dani Pedrosa. Instead, Pedro trusts a friend he's known since he was 5 years old, Adrian Cases.
Cada día intentamos trabajar diferentes cosas, tanto tema de frenos delantero-trasero como aceleración, postura del cuerpo, hacemos días de físico.
¿Qué tiene de especial?
Aprende muy rápido. Allí entrenando un ejercicio que es muy diferente, una vez le sale mal, la segunda le sale bien.
¿Puntos débiles hay?
Pedro tiene puntos débiles.
¿Ah, sí?
Sí.
Eso lo decimos a los otros pilotos, ¿no?
Sí, pero eso no se puede decir.
Dime algo, dame algo,
No se puede decir. Y hay muchos que se han corregido. Sí. Sobre todo ya no es tanto técnico como es más psicológico. 90% cabeza.
Eso sí,
Sí,
entre
sí.
metodologías.
Así es así.
Yo creo que Guru te va mejor.
Sí, ¿no?
Yo creo que Guru.
The appetite to work hard and keep improving is obvious. But this never-ending riding schedule is underpinned by a key Acosta philosophy.
You cannot take anything so serious, even in job, even in family, even in whatever. You know. Serious is boring. Mira, hombre. Serious is boring. You need to pay more. To me. Thank you. Here, my baraka.
I felt like I needed a more technical take on Pedro's riding capabilities, so at a Grand Prix weekend, I tracked down his Kiwi engineer and crew chief, Paul Travatha.
You guys hear me okay? Wind's quite strong, and it's coming down, start finish straight, okay?
Paul, you've been working in this paddock for a long, long time. What's it like, though, to work with Pedro Acosta?
I mean, the age gap for one was something that made me think, oh my God, he's the same age as my daughter, this is going to be painful. With 10 flying laps, you know? And he's quite a character. What you see is what you get. I think this is something that's really, something that I really enjoy. You know, I love that straightness about people, and he brings that to another level, you know? Finally quickly understood that he's sort of a young man with an old soul, you know? He's really, really mature beyond his years. As soon as he got on the bike, it was like he was just made to ride these big bikes, you know, and the way he was on it was like he'd been on it for a year already.
And Acosta, great start, and straight away he's looking to attack, and he's going to make it step on by yard. And just the way he levels people, he passes like a veteran. Is this a changing of the guard that we're seeing?
Got us looking at each other going, huh?
Is he going to attack him? No longer a teenager, 20 years of age. Can he outdo Bagnaia on the brakes, one of the latest in the sport? And yes, Pedro Acosta hits the front, and the crowd on their feet. Listen to the crowd. He is so popular.
In Portugal, when he passed Mark into turn one, okay, he outbraked it. Mark went late. He went later. But normally, everyone who gets in that situation will run off the track.
It looks like Pedro Acosta will have a go at him.
Unreal.
He is he's
Unreal.
clipped the knee of Marquez as he comes through. Marquez, though, doesn't want to give up the spot, but Acosta chops it up. This is superb from Pedro Acosta.
Imagine being that talented.
In fact, he should have just gone straight. But somehow he used his body, he stayed on line, he stayed on the track. And this part is like, how the hell did you do that, you know? And it's natural. It's not something you learn.
The braking was too much right. Also, a lot unstable, to be honest.
The bike a lot unstable.
10-6. Arriving in 9. And 30-40.
Yeah. I've worked with the Pedro, so I've been in the box when Mark was there and Casey, and you know, you've seen these elite guys, and I would say he's in that window because they have that capacity left over to think about what's going on.
Also, we need to remove power in 5 again.
It's too much now.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know, he's that young generation who loves technology, So he's not afraid of any button on the bike. He got on the bike and okay, all this stuff is meant to make me go faster. Right, push, 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 push. So he's used it from the beginning, you know.
Would you like to check any data compared to last year?
We can open something. Yeah, okay. You know, you go out there and he can ride at this 10 tenths, but he's still got, I don't know, is it 5%? Is it 10% of the brain capacity still that he can think about other things?
Same tyres, different spin arm, a little bit more information to the preload.
And then other engine spec, okay?
What is he like, character-wise?
I find just a guy who just wants to be the best. Not everyone gets that chance in their lifetime to maybe work with somebody like that, you know. So from that point of view, it's been quite amazing, and it just seems to get better, you know.
Yeah, good.
It's clear that the best of Pedro is yet to come. In between races, back home in Macaron, the ruthless focus on perfecting his art never lets up.
Espérate que tengo que abrir.
Final stop of the day, and guess what? More time on two wheels for Pedro. This time he's got the keys to a local trial park that his mate owns, and he's going to go out there and pop a few wheelies, I suppose. Is it fun? Is it recreation? Bit of work, bit of training? All of the above, really. That's Pedro. Often the main thought about trial is it's all about the balance, all about the grip, and that is true to a certain extent. But for Pedro, he's training a thought process too. What does trial give you, do you think?
It's more the way that you send the information from your brain to the hands and for the feet, you know. More than anything is the kind to stop and think about things, because you know that in MotoGP you have a lot of pressure and you have many things to be focused and you have many things in the head. This is more or less the same, you know, because the space is quite limited, and sometimes it's better to stop between jumps or between corners or whatever, and we need to stop a minute, let's say, before take a decision. It's super mental, you know?
Yeah.
It's like these long poker games, you know, that you spend there hours and hours and hours only putting the coin, let's say.
Chips.
Yeah. And man, this is more or less the same.
Well, thanks so much for letting us follow you. I do appreciate it.
Thank you, boss.
Gracias, tío. Hemos disfrutado.
Yo también.
It's been great to spend some quality time with Pedro over the last couple of days, here in his home cocoon, really. And I suppose we've seen what we expected to see. Hard work, determination, that's the key words from him and his family too. They've sacrificed so much to get him where he is today. But do you know what? I've worked with loads of motorcycle racers over the years, and generally they're quite a selfish bunch. I don't mean any disrespect at all, but to be an elite athlete, to go at over 200 miles an hour in pursuit of your dreams, you have to be, really. But there's a humble, selfless edge, really, to Pedro. Off camera, he's paying for lunch, he's bringing tables and chairs over so the crew could come and sit with us at dinner, translating for people too. Without a doubt, he's been brought up properly. Really generous with his time too, although at his own pace, I have to say. You know, he's a rounded individual, really intelligent, really smart, got the showmanship of Valentino Rossi, the skills of Marc Marquez, but he's his own man. He's unique and he's going places. The sky is the limit for Pedro Acosta.